Hey guys, today we're talking all about how to use your clothes to look taller.
What's up guys, welcome back to gentslounge. I'm George, this is Blake. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, please do that right now. It really helps us out. Today we're talking all about how to use your clothes to look taller. So depending on how you dress, what you're wearing, and how you're wearing it, you can actually make yourself look a little bit taller. I mean, I can speak personally that I know a few guys that are on Instagram that are about 5'5", and on Instagram in their photos, they look like they're like 6'2" because they know how to proportion themselves out correctly.
Now, why do you want to look taller? A lot of guys do because chances are they are short. So, I mean, even myself, I'm 5'10", and you know what? I love to have a few extra inches. You know, I love to, look a little taller. I think it's almost like a confidence thing,
Yes.
Something about it. All right, up first, guys, the easiest way to look taller is boots or a heel.
Yes, guys, if you actually add some height, whether it's a heel of the shoe or kind of they make little heel pads that you can lift up a little bit that you will never notice, that will actually add height to you. So you won't only look taller, you will actually be taller. So, Chelsea boots, even like dress boots, work boots, they all add an extra pretty much inch and a half, 2 inches, and that will actually raise your height physically. You're not even gonna look taller, you're actually going to be taller.
If I'm wearing Red Wings, dude, at least 2 inches, dude, I swear. So I'm like 6 foot.
You ready to try out for the NBA?
Yeah, dude. And then if I do use like those insoles, because one time a brand sent me like insoles, I swear I was about an inch taller, and it was crazy. And then I got addicted to like looking taller, so I had insoles for almost all my shoes. And up next on the list, guys, tucking in your shirt.
So when you tuck in your shirt, you're going to make your legs look a lot longer, which is the longest part of your body. So the longer you can make your legs look, the taller you're going to look. And essentially tucking in your shirt, pretty much, sometimes if you have a shirt on and it goes past your waistline, it'll hit you kind of mid-thigh, and then that'll cut you off in a weird area where your torso and your legs look like they're the same length. Either, you really want your legs to look longer than your torso. So any way you can make that illusion happen, tucking in your shirt is the easiest way to do that.
Now, if you're tucking in your shirt and you have side tabs, it even makes you look even taller because you don't have anything separating you.
Right.
So there's no belt that's a barrier. It just looks seamless. I personally don't wear belts. If I do, it's very rare, and it's because my pants don't fit me. But like losing the belt will help you look taller because it's just gonna look seamless.
And for the same reason that we always suggest when you go with a suit pant or something that you tuck your shirt in, you go with a higher waisted trousers. Something that hits you right below the belly button or at the belly button is going to be ideal because one, it's going to make your legs look longer also. And when you tuck in your shirt's not going to come untucked as easily as it would with something that's a low-rise trouser.
And up next, guys, if you don't want to tuck in your shirt or you're not a fan of it, you can use Monochromatic Looks.
Yes, so if you guys are wearing all black or all navy or dark denim and a navy shirt, it's going to create the illusion that your body is all one piece, which is going to create the illusion that you are taller. So if you're wearing black head to toe, you're going to just see one seamless line. Now if you had a belt on that was a contrasting color, or a shirt that was wearing black pants and a white shirt, it's going to cut you in half in some area, which will make you look a little bit shorter. I'm not saying you can't do it with the right fit or something, but if you want to look as tall as possible, a monochromatic look will just give you that illusion of being one seamless line.
And monochromatic looks are good for like any style. So even if you prefer to wear maybe a little baggier or wider, you can use a monochromatic look and you're still gonna look tall.
Guys, you don't have to go exactly the same color. As long as it's close, like a gray and a black will look good, or a navy and a lighter blue will look good. But when you get something that's very light versus dark, that's when you start to get that contrast and that kind of color blocking feel, which is going to break you up and give the illusion, not that you're shorter, but just you're not gonna look as tall.
And up next, guys, tailoring. Tailoring is key.
Right, guys, so when you think about tailoring, I would think about how slim your clothes are. So obviously, the wider your clothes are, the wider you're going to look. And the wider you look and the taller, it doesn't matter how tall you are, but the wider you look, the shorter you're going to look because you're going to look more like a square instead of a rectangle. So keep that in mind when you are tailoring your clothes. And then it comes down to specific areas of your clothes as well. Like if your sleeves are too long or your suit jacket's kind of eating up your arms, you're going to look shorter. If your pants bunch up at the bottom and you have like a massive amount, like a puddle of pants at the bottom, you're going to look shorter. So, you know, anything where you can just kind of hem things up so they even like barely graze your shoes, you're going to look a little bit taller. And especially for guys that are actually a little bit on the shorter side, you really want to pay attention to when you buy kind of longer garments like an overcoat or something, that they don't hit you at your joints. So basically, when I was in film school, they always told you never to cut the subject off at any of their joints. So you always want to show like 3/4 of something. So keep that in mind when you are going with your overcoats and your longer coats. Like mid-thigh is ideal. Anything that hits you at the knee is going to make you look shorter, and anything that goes past your knee is going to make you look even shorter than that. So the long trench coats on short guys, not ideal. So definitely something that hits you kind of mid-thigh, but never breaks you up at the joints. So either here, 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 or here.
This is coming from a film guy. Damn.
I mean, if it looks good on camera, it's going to look good in real life. So that's
totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. And lastly, guys, this is like the most obvious, but we still gotta tell you guys, stand upright. You gotta have good posture. That instantly makes you look taller.
Yeah, I mean, it actually makes you taller.
Yeah,
You can add 1 to 2 inches. If you have a hunchback to not having a hunchback, it's going to make a huge difference.
No, you know what? My brother-in-law, sorry, he has like somewhat of a hunch that every time he stands upright, dude, I swear he looks like at least 2 inches taller.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I guess another tip that I'm gonna just go off the cuff and throw in right now is that if you get a little more volume in your hair.
Like George is 6'1", 6'2" right now.
I'm 6'5" right now with the hair. But yeah, so if you can add a little volume to elongate your face or your head, you're actually going to look taller. You might not be taller, but you're gonna look taller. And that's what it's all about. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up the video. I hope that if you guys want to look a little bit taller, these tips will help you. Remember, guys, make sure you don't cut yourself off at the joints. Make sure your clothes are tailored. Make sure you're tucking in your shirt, and you will be just fine. You don't have to do all of these tips at once, but you know, sprinkle in a few when you can, and just keep these things in mind when you're buying clothes, because it's going to be very, very helpful in the long run. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do that right now. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, over at gentslounge, give us a follow over there, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers.